You notice it slowly. At first, everything feels exciting. They reply quickly. They ask questions. They seem curious about you. The conversations feel effortless, and for a moment it feels like something real might be starting. Then something shifts. Replies become slower. Conversations become shorter. Plans become uncertain. And eventually, you feel the distance. The same person who once seemed interested suddenly feels emotionally far away. This moment confuses many people because nothing obvious happened. There was no argument, no clear conflict, just a quiet change in energy. And it leaves you wondering what went wrong. Why do people lose interest suddenly? At first, it feels personal. You replay conversations. You think about what you said. You analyze every detail, looking for a mistake. But sudden loss of interest is rarely caused by a single moment. It is usually the result of internal shifts happening in the other person. Human attraction is strongly influenced by novelty. When something is new, the brain releases dopamine. This chemical creates excitement and curiosity. It makes interaction feel stimulating. But novelty naturally fades. As people become familiar with each other, the brain reduces that chemical response. The excitement becomes calmer, and for some people, that calm feeling is misinterpreted as loss of interest. Another reason people lose interest is emotional readiness. Someone may enjoy attention and connection in the beginning, but when the relationship begins moving toward emotional depth, it can trigger discomfort. Vulnerability requires openness. And not everyone is prepared for that. When connection becomes real, some people withdraw to protect themselves. There's also the reality of emotional availability. Some people enjoy the early stage of connection but struggle with long-term emotional presence. They like the excitement of discovery, but they feel uneasy when expectations begin forming. When things start becoming serious, their instinct is to step back. Interest can also change when expectations become clearer. In the beginning, people present their best version of themselves. They are curious, attentive, engaged, but over time, real personalities emerge. Sometimes the connection simply isn't as strong as it first appeared. And rather than communicate that directly, people slowly disengage. There is also the influence of comparison. And modern dating environments expose people to constant alternatives, new conversations, new possibilities, new attention. This abundance of options can create the illusion that something better might always be available. When that mindset develops, people may withdraw from a connection, not because it is bad, but because they believe something else could be better. The difficult part is that sudden distance feels confusing to the person experiencing it. Because they are still emotionally present, they are still invested, they are still trying, while the other person has quietly stepped away. The trap many people fall into is trying to chase the lost interest. They try harder. They send longer messages. They give more attention. They attempt to repair something they cannot control. But attraction rarely grows through pressure. It grows through mutual interest and emotional readiness. The turning point happens when you stop focusing on why someone lost interest and start noticing whether the connection was truly balanced. Healthy relationships do not require constant guessing. They do not require emotional pursuit. They grow through consistent effort from both people. When someone genuinely wants to stay connected, their behavior reflects that. They communicate. They remain curious. They stay emotionally present, even when life becomes busy. Interest that disappears without explanation often reveals more about the other person's readiness than your worth. Understanding this can shift how you view sudden distance. Instead of interpreting it as rejection, you begin to see it as information. Your information about compatibility, information about emotional availability, information about who is truly capable of building something meaningful. If this experience feels familiar, you are not alone. Many people have faced the same confusing shift, but awareness changes how you respond to it. Instead of chasing lost interest, you learn to recognize where genuine interest exists. Subscribe to Emotions and Decisions for Psychology insights about behavior, attraction, and emotional patterns, because understanding how people think and behave can help you make clearer decisions in relationships.